What's going on, YouTube? It's James with Chihammer Fantasy, and I got a 3,000 point game against my brother and his Ogre army. Now, I do have some bad news. This is the only video battle report I got going on this week because we went to the Dice Dojo and they were like packed. I mean packed. Every single table had a ton of Magic the Gathering players there. And we just couldn't even get a table in, so we were just like, screw it. So we didn't get any games in this weekend. This one was from the last week, and yeah, I'm just guess I'm gonna have to do a couple WOG workshops this week because to give you guys some content. But yeah, sorry about that, guys. Anyways, let's go over what armies we brought. Now, this is a very fun game, actually. I was waiting to do this video because I think there was a lot of things that I was trying out with the Orcs and Goblins army to see it like benefit. And I think Ogres is a very interesting army to play against because a lot of people get crushed by Ogres because Ogres have a lot of wounds, they hit hard, they have good toughness. One thing I do like about the Ogres, though, is they don't really have that much armor. So Orcs and Goblins just have like, they destroy armor anyway, so like a heavy armor doesn't do shit. But anyways, let's go ahead and see what I brought. First off, we're going to start off with my boss, Dread Irontooth, War Boss Dread Irontooth, and Nidhogg. Now, this guy, he has a 2-up armor, he has like 7 attacks, and 8 if he calls out the WOG. Strength 6, 4-up ward. He has he's a pretty beastly mofo. He's kind of I really like him. This is after he was done painted, so I actually love the way he came out painted. I'm still contemplating changing the blue on Nidhogg, but whatever. Found out Nidhogg has a better weapon skill than I thought. Whatever. This is my new model right here. This is my giant, the Behemoth. The Behemoth, he has, it's just a giant with a ward save on him. He has tattoos. This is before it's finished painted. If you saw it on the 9th Age forums, you could see it. It's actually completed, painted, and has little knobbler on his, or little goblin, quote unquote, on his club. And then over here I have my two Git launchers. I have my Wolf Riders in the front, the Raiders. These guys are just standard loadout with short bows, shields, and light armor. Over here I got my unit, my favorite new unit, my Gnasher herd. It's about 27 of them, and yeah, these guys are awesome. They're getting 2 attacks each. They have a good initiative. They're getting strength 5 hits, weapon skill 4. I mean, they're just great. Punching power. They don't have anything for defense, but doesn't really matter. They're just like nom nom nom. They're like little Pac-Man. That's what it is. Over here is my unit of 30 or like 29 cave goblins. They have nets. They have 3 Madgits in that unit. And in the front on the right, you can see him. That is my level 2 shaman. The level 2 shaman has the Lore of Shadows. He also has a Arcane Tomb, which gives him an extra spell. And then behind him, I don't know why. I guess I'll have to pull up another picture for it. I'll pull up another picture. Sorry about that. But there's a unit of, I want to say 38 Orc Biggins. Or not? Oh, I said the bad word. Orc Edbashers. That's what I meant. The Orc Edbashers have extra hand weapons. I know a lot of people are saying, why don't I use shields? Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. Or spears. I don't use spears. I know it gives you armor piercing. I know it gives you lethal strike on cavalry in the front. But here's the deal: is Orc initiative kills the orcs. Okay, they're slow as hell. They're one of the slowest armies out there. So if I could boost their initiative by 1, I will. The other thing too is if I got side flanked, and there was a game not too long ago I played against Ian where I got side flanked by a bunch of the Blackguard or Tomb Guard or whatever it's called, the shit, what the hell is their old names? Whatever, the Grave Guard. And when I got side flanked, I thought I was gonna surely lose, and my side flank with all their extra attacks actually punked the unit. So I would like to keep my guys on the side flank still able to take on a couple hits and couple wounds and just dish it out. Spears, yeah, you're gonna get all 4 ranks hitting, especially in a horde formation. But what ends up happening is when you're slower, you're going to lose that last rank anyways. And you could only take a maximum of 40 orcs in a unit. So if I take 40, expecting all 40 to hit, and all of a sudden they go first and they kill off 10 of my guys, I have no back rank benefit from that. Where the front rank, at least I'll have extra hand weapons. I'll always have extra hand weapons. So that's why I do have. Sorry, I'm like ranted there for a minute, but I do have 2 characters in that unit. I have my level 4. Level 4 Orc Shaman. He has the Lore of Wilderness, and he has the Backlash Scroll and the Scepter of Dominion. I do have my BSB in there, and BSB has the Ironhide banner to protect that unit from shooting, and then he also has just like a cheap talisman, I think. Over here I have my Splatterer, one of my new and favorite items, just because it's been very consistent lately. And then over here I have one of my favorite units of all, the Bushwhackers. It's a unit of 20 skirmishing forest goblins. I actually am working on the models right now to change the models from the cave goblins to the actual forest goblins for myself. And then over here is the Dragon Rammer, and the Dragon Rammer is an Orc chariot with heavy armor. I also have my Gargantula with the web launcher upgrade. This is 3,000 points, guys. It's a lot of fucking army. And then I have King Chickenhead. Now, Evil Ash is saying he's not convinced this is King Chickenhead. Dude, this is King Chickenhead, and you'll see it in this game. Also, over here I have my other new character, which I'm actually appreciating more and more. It's the Baron Longshot. Now, I do have another model I'm working on for this one as well, just because the new model has a monocle. Who doesn't want a goblin with a monocle? Come on, man. The Baron. Alright, over here for my opponent, my brother, he brought out, this is going to be a Rockhorn. It's not going to be the other one. Or I think it's like a Rock Auroch, I think it's called. Whichever one has the ramming ability, 3d6, strength 6 hits, or 7 hits. Over here he has a unit of mountain beast riders. And these guys have, I think, like a 3-up armor. It might be a 2-up armor. And I think it might be 3-up. Whatever. But this is a very deadly unit, and it's hard to kill because they have so many wounds. They do hit like a ton of bricks. Not that they hit like a ton of bricks. They just get a lot of attacks. They get like 3 from the riders, 4 from the beast, or something like that, plus stomps. It's ugly. Plus impact hits. Ugly. Over here, he has a huge block of, I think, like 12 to 15, or even 16 ogres, tribesmen with great weapons. These guys, they do have 2 characters in there. He has a tyrant, or I'm sorry, a Great Khan in there. The Great Khan has, I think it's the Ogre Blade to give him like strength 9 or something like that. He does have his level 2, like, what is it, Ogre Shaman of Fire in there. And then he also has another level 1 or 2 on that unit in the back over there. You can barely see it. It's a bloody character. And that one has, I want to say, the Lore of Butchery. He has in that unit back there, it's going to be a unit of veteran mercenaries. On the right, those 2 pigs, those are saber tusks or saber tooths. The one in the blue fur is a model that we're working on. It's going to be his hunter on a mountain beast. And then on the left, that is actually his giant. And then over here, these 3 guys, it's a proxy for his lead belchers, or whatever they are, cannoneers. I don't know what the hell they're called now. And then back here, he has his, I don't even know what the name of it is, but it's basically his cannon on a Rhinox. And then on the left, he has a block of Ogre Tribesmen with, what is that called? They have heavy armor and the Iron Fists. And then I said these 2 pigs. For my spells, I got the Curse of the Wildwood, I got the Beast Within, I got Inner Fury, and I got Monstrous Transformation. And then over here I got Turn to Smoke, Devouring Darkness, and Shadow Miasma. He lined up, he threw out everybody first. Now this is something I'm getting used to. I'm used to not winning the first roll off and letting them just set everything up first. And a lot of times they're just going to go ahead and bum rush me. So I just decided, you know what, I know they're going to do that, so I might as well start setting myself back. So he goes ahead and he does that. Actually, he kind of tricked me. He started setting up like just one guy and letting me put up one guy. And I thought, okay, great, I'm going to be able to line up against him. And then once he got to a certain point, he decided to drop everybody else off. And I was just like, son of a bitch. So he goes ahead and he puts his whole army out like this. But the one time I got to put out somebody, I put, not Chickenhead, I put the Squigs on the right side over there. And he decided to put his Mornfangs against my Squigs. And so I decided, or I put my Wolf Riders on the right first, then he put his Mornfangs, then I put the Squigs behind him. But as you can see, this is kind of how I lined up. Now, I do have the advantage of two things. One, I got building protection from the cannons. Two is I got that forest right in front of my unit, and a lot of his characters, his monsters and stuff, if they charge into the forest, they're going to have to take dangerous terrains. And I already know he's going to win first turn. As you can see, this is kind of like how I lined up over here. I already know he's going to win first turn. I'm just going to go ahead and try to more or less shoot him down before he gets to me. The only thing he has that shoots is his cannon. He does have those guys on the Rockhorn. I think they have a crossbow or something like that. And then he does have the lead belchers, but the lead belchers are way back there, and I'm not too worried about them right now. On the left side, he does have a pig. That pig could just fly up to one of my war machines. So I'm going to go ahead and put Longshot on that side. Hopefully he takes him out. And then the Gargantula is not too scared. He could handle his own anything on the left side. I actually have become more and more comfortable with the Gargantula just protecting a flank by himself. Turn 1, like I said, he's going to go ahead and go. We have Vanguards. I go ahead and I move up Longshot like this behind the building, kind of just chaffing him up. I'm trying to use the ranged advantage because Longshot got the 24-inch shot range, and he always hits on a 4. So I'm not too worried about him. He can't really charge me from that far. Over here, I move up my Wolf Riders over here, my Raiders over here, and he's going to go ahead and start moving. So he moves up. You can see he's trying to move around the forest. He moves his Mountain Beast around the forest. He moves his Giant around the forest over here. He starts moving up all his units just straight towards me, and then he eventually moves up those Mournfangs up there, or the Mountain Beast, excuse me, over there, but doesn't show it right now. Does he try to charge? I don't think he tried to charge. He does. He just moves him up. Magic Phase, he got 8 Power Dice. And the first thing he does is throws up Cascading Fire. I dispel it. He goes ahead and he throws up Burning Ramparts. Those are his only 2 spells, and I dispel that one as well. He goes ahead and he throws up the Regen Bubble, and he gets it off onto his Tribesmen over here, and just that can't really stop that. He's just going to go ahead and take it. Not that it really bothers. I don't care about the Regen Bubble on the first turn of the game usually. So it's going to go ahead and start off his Shooting Phase. Shooting Phase, he's going to go ahead and shoot his cannon at my Dragon Rammer. And it goes ahead and shoots it. It hits it. It wounds it. And it does 3 wounds. Oh, shit. I hate those cannons because, I mean, usually I'm not scared because the accuracy got so shitty. But that he got a hit and wound. I was just like, ouch, that hurts. He's going to go ahead and try to shoot his crossbow off this guy here. And he hits Longshot. Longshot has a 3-up armor, but the crossbow doesn't penetrate armor, so I actually got an armor save, and I was like, huh, that's funny. And that was it. It's going to go ahead and start off Orcs and Goblins turn 1. Orcs and Goblins turn 1, I move the Forest Goblins as bait into the forest. 2 things could happen here. A, I'm trying to get close enough just to shoot my Tomahawks, the double tapping Tomahawks on him. But B is if he charges me and I'm in the forest, I'll be stubborn in the forest. And as you can see, the other thing is I put the Cave Goblins right behind him, because if he charges, I'm going to go ahead and throw out my Madgets and just annihilate one of his units with Madgets. So that's the plan. My general's behind them all, just because if they're insignificant. If they run, the general's still chilling back there. He'll be able to take a hit. And he'll be charging through forests anyways. He'll lose steadfast, stuff like that. The other thing is, I'm just trying to use that line of goblins as just to start mitigating how many ogres get to my boss, more or less. Over here, you can see I did move up just a little bit with the Gargantula. I did move up a little bit with my orcs, and over here I moved Longshot out of the view of his mountain beasts, or his rock auroch and the pig. Magic Phase got 8 power dice. I go ahead and I throw up Beast Within onto these guys. He dispels it. Very smart. I try to throw it onto these guys because the Tomahawks are strength as users. So if I give them strength 4 Tomahawks, hey, it's going through some armor. Then I go ahead and I throw up Shadow Miasma onto his unit in the middle, and I lower their movement by 3. Or actually, I think I lowered their initiative, to be honest. I did lower their initiative. So he goes ahead and lets that one go off, but then I go ahead and I throw up Devouring Darkness, and I throw up all my dice onto it, and he's like, oh, hell no, and he just spell scroll that on the first turn. So the initiative really didn't do shit, and it's going to go ahead and do Shooting Phase. Shooting Phase, I got these Wolf Raiders over here. I did chaff him up in front of his Mountain Beast. He knows I chaffed him up, but whatever. I turn him this way so I can shoot at the pig, and I only do 1 wound onto the pig. And then over here, all these guys are going to go ahead and shoot their tomahawks, and they end up doing 6 wounds. They did a little bit more than 6 wounds. He did armor save a couple, but it killed off 2 of his ogres with great weapons, and that's a good start for my my bushwhackers. Over here, the Gargantula goes ahead and shoots its web launcher, and it misfires, and it cannot shoot for this turn. I think that's it. It can't shoot for a turn or 2. And then my stone thrower, the splatterer, goes ahead and shoots at the units over there. Or actually, I was aiming for the cannon, and it gets a direct hit on the cannon. I'm like, yes! Go ahead, and I roll for the wound, and it rolls a 1. God damn it! Oh, man. I'm going to go ahead and start shooting the Git launcher over here at him. First Git launcher hits. It does 4 wounds. Wow, good job. Second Git launcher misfires. Ah, come on, and it can't shoot for 2 turns. Bastard. Long shot's going to go ahead and shoot at the pig, and he only gets 1 hit, 1 wound. Ah, that sucks, man. It's going to go ahead and start off Ogre's turn 2 now. Now, on the right side, I don't think you could see Chicken Head. Actually, I think Chicken Head's right outside the picture where the pig is staring at. But anyways, he decides he's going to charge with his man-eaters. I decide I'm going to stand and shoot. So I start throwing the tomahawks at him, and then he's like, I'm going to charge with my ogres with the great weapons, and I'm like, screw that, I'm fleeing. So I go ahead and I throw all my tomahawks. I end up doing 1 wound onto the veteran mercenaries, only 1, and then I run away and I pass through the units. And I was like, you know what? Because if I got hit with both those units on a charge, and it was a really easy charge, there's not going to be a single goblin alive that could be stubborn in that forest. So I was just like, you know what? I'd rather him fail charge, and now he just has to deal with some maggots to his face. So he goes ahead and he tries to redirect. He redirects his man-eaters, or his veteran mercenaries, into the dragon rammer. I'm like, okay, got to take that one. And he tries to redirect his general's unit into my cave goblins, and he's going to fail that one. He's going to try to charge his tribesmen into my orcs, and he's going to try to charge his hunter into my orcs. So, sure enough, gotta go on this side over here. He's going to charge his mountain riders into my goblins over here, the raiders, and my raiders are going to run away. And sure enough, they run through the building, run through my giant, run through the chariot, and they pop out over here. They are insignificant. Nothing over here really cared that they ran, and they pop out right in between the dragon rammer and my forest goblins. Through the one of them actually got hit by the freaking building and died right over here. So that's not bad, actually, for running through a building and all those guys. And he's going to charge his pig into Chicken Head, and Chicken Head's like, whatever, dude, I'll take a pig. So he fails charge. Chicken Head kills this, or gets into combat with this over here. He gets in over here onto the dragon rammer. That's going to hurt. Just the impact hits alone will probably kill my dragon rammer. And I'm thinking, well, good news is, if he overruns, he's overrunning right into my giant, and my giant should be able to take on a turn or 2 of combat with them, and hopefully my general should be able to countercharge after that. These guys all fail charge except for his hunter on the beast. So his hunter gets in. His guys over here are just coming around the corner, and his giant is just moving up as well. His cannoneers are coming up, but he's kind of confused on what to do with them because he has to go around the trees. He doesn't want to have all these cover bonuses. And he's running out of targets that aren't in combat. So he just moves them on up. Magic Fade's got 7 power dice. He's going to go ahead and throw up Cascading Fire. I decided to let that one go through, and he ends up killing off like one. He ends up killing. I don't think he killed a single one of my orcs on that, but the Raging Fire attribute ends up killing off one of my goblins, and that's it. That was it for magic. It's going to go into shooting phase. Shooting phase, guess what? It's time to release the maggots. The maggots are coming out the side over here, and they're all going straight for that mercenary unit right now. And all 3 of them pop through, and they kill off 2 of his veteran mercenaries. They do 2 more wounds onto the other one. I was hoping for more damage, but that's all that happened. He's going to go ahead and shoot his cannon over here straight at my giant. Okay, at the behemoth. He hits it on a 6. wounds it, and does 5 wounds. Now, granted, I failed the ward save, and I did not know until after this game that ordnance meant D3 plus 1 on regular targets, and then D3 plus 2 if it was flying, and the giant is not flying. So the giant shouldn't have died, but he would have only had 1 wound remaining regardless, and probably died from impact hits alone. But the giant is dead. The behemoth is dead. Wow, that cannon got 2 for 2. That's crazy. And yeah, it's going to start off close combat. Close combat, his veteran mercenaries just destroy the dragon rammer. They're going to continue overrunning, and they clip into the unit of the wolf raiders, and the wolf raiders disappear. Now, I think they just changed that rule on 11.9. You guys could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that if he overruns into a unit that's fleeing, he just stops as is if it was a friendly unit, instead of him just touching it and they disappear. But you guys could correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not entirely sure on that. Over here, Chickenhead ate the pig, and he's just going to go ahead and face off towards the mountain riders. Over here, his hunter, holy crap, impact hits, kills off 3 guys. Okay, then he's going to go ahead and swing with the mountain rider, or the hunter, and the beast, and they, holy shit, they killed off 5 more guys. I mean, yes, I could have challenged him with my champ, but I was thinking, like, I got all these attacks, I have a strength bonus on everybody, I'm going to go ahead and attack with everybody and hopefully just do some good damage. This is the one situation, the single situation, where I probably should have took the spears, because he has a heavily armored character. This guy has a 1-up armor save. He has the hard shield or something. Is it hard shield, heavy armor, and mountain beast? I think that's what it is. But sure enough, he just goes ahead. I go ahead and I swing. I have my BSB in there. I have a bunch of guys in there. I'm going ahead and swinging, and I failed to wound him. I mean, I wounded him like 5 times, but he armor saved everything with my -2 armor piercing, and I think he actually wins combat, but I'm just steadfast. Wow, that hurt. Oh, wow. And yeah, that was pretty interesting. I didn't even bother to reform. I was thinking I'm going to get a counter charge with the Gargantula. And that's the other reason I didn't challenge, was because I was just expecting to go in with the Gargantula in the next turn. So I was like, we'll see what happens. And then it's going to go ahead and start off Orcs and Goblins turn. I think this was 2, right? I want to say it's 2. Turn 2. I'm charging here with the Gnasher herd and Chickenhead. Chickenhead's going to get a side flank regardless. If the Gnasher herd makes it, they'll get a front flank and be able to attack. They're faster initiative than all those guys. So over here, I'm trying to charge with my boss. Oh, I charge. This is I charge with the Gargantula on the left side to his mountain rider. I got to get rid of that mountain rider, right? But then I'm looking at it and I'm like, I'm in a horde formation. He's going to get a chance to counter charge my orcs with his ogres in the next turn, his tribesmen in the next turn. So I decide, and his BSB is also in that unit of tribesmen. So I decide I'm going to charge my general, call out the wog, and hit that unit of tribesmen. So sure enough, my Gargantula gets in over here. My general, Warboss Dread, gets in over there. And then over here, Chickenhead and the Gnashers got in over here. That's awesome. Over here, one of the maggots hit the building. The other maggots split off this way. And, yeah, I decide to move my cave goblins, march them as far up so I could block his counter charge into my general with his iron guts. So I move him up right here, and that way he has to be forced to charge my goblins instead of my general. Magic Phase got 7 power dice. I'm going to go ahead and I throw up Turn to Smoke, and I lower these guys' strength by 1. So now they're strength 3 ogres against my 2-up armor. That's okay, any day, sure, let's do it. I go ahead and I throw up Curse of the Wildwood. I'm trying to lower his ability to hit, and he dispels it. We'll let this ambulance go by. Every single time, guys, every single time I make a video, the ambulance goes by. Alright, over here, what did I do here? That was Curse of the Wildwood. He dispelled it, and then I go ahead and I throw up. Oh, he does his Cascading Fire because I forgot to dispel it. That's what happened over here. And his Cascading Fire killed off 4 of my orcs. Over here, it's going to go ahead and start off Shooting Phase. Shooting Phase, I'm going to go ahead and shoot my my Madget over here into the cannon, try to blow it up, and I misfire and take a wound. Come on! Go ahead and I shoot the splatterer over into his giant unit of guts over here, and I end up killing one guy with it hits, and it does the multiple wounds and kills off one guy. And then over here, long shot. He has to kill off this pig. He has to kill him off. Rolls all 1s and 2s. Are you kidding me, long shot? Come on, that was an easy pick off. And now the pig's getting closer to the splatterer. Ah, man. Chicken Head over here, he puts on 2 wounds onto... He actually did 3 wounds, but he armor saved 2 of them. But he did, with his Banebeast halberd, he ends up doing 2 wounds onto the guy over here. Now, here's the crazy part. All my Gnashers are going. Now, I'm expecting half the Gnashers to die if they don't kill off a good chunk of these guys. They go ahead and they swing. Now, that's like 27 or something like that, or 26 of these guys. 26 of these guys... 36 attacks. That's a lot of fucking attacks. Holy shit. Do you see that dice roll? They killed every single one of the Mournfangs. On top of killing them all, they had wounds remaining to kill. That's insane. This is how many wounded. Holy shit. 2, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 wounds. It's always 18. 18 wounds. Killed off that whole unit of Mountain Beasts. These Gnashers were freaking hungry. They're going to go ahead and turn around, face this way. Chicken Head goes ahead, turns around, face this way. I do have, unfortunately, a Madget in my way for my next charge. Stupid Madget. Over here, again, I don't challenge, and neither does my brother. My brother goes ahead and he's going to go ahead and hit the unit, and he kills off 3 of my guys with his hunter. I'm like, all right, cool. Now's my time to just go ahead. And I think he did challenge, and I just declined with somebody. But anyways, I go ahead and I swing with my Gargantula. I'm like, I gotta fuck up. I'm gonna fuck him up with the poison jaw and all my poison attacks. I'm gonna hit this guy hard. He armor saved everything. I am not kidding. So now I did charge. I got a side flank. I got a BSB, a banner, and a rank. Okay, that's 5. He killed 3. He's down by 2. He sticks in combat. I'm like shocked. This hunter just sat there for 2 rounds and not a single wound. And look how much he depleted my orc army. That hurts. Holy crap. Over here, my general, Warboss Dread. Dread goes ahead and starts to single out his BSB. I'm like, screw all these tribesmen. I need to get rid of the BSB. So I go ahead and I swing and I do 2 wounds onto the BSB. The BSB goes, or I'm sorry, the dragon goes Nidhogg, and Nidhogg eats the BSB. And his tribesmen are all attacking, and they cannot wound Dread. Dread is just impervious right now with his 2-up armor against his strength 3 ogres. But it is going to start off Ogre's turn. Ogre Khan's turn 3. Of course, he's going for this charge here with the veterans into my Git launcher. That sucks. He's charging his giant into my Gargantula, and I'm like, go for it. He charges his general's unit into my cave goblins, and I'm just gonna go ahead and take it. And he's charging a long charge here with his pig into my Git launcher. So he fails charge with the pig. He gets in with his giant. He gets in with his general's unit here, and he gets that's about it. Obviously, he gets in with the man-eaters. So his cannon comes this way. He's okay with giving me the rear charge into his cannon. He wants me to do it because he wants to take one last shot before he goes out, and he knows that thing only has 1 wound. And if I do it, he knows I'm going to run into my own Madget. So magic phase. He got 5 power dice. He's going to go ahead and throw up the regen bubble onto his tribesman over here, and he gets it off. I let it go off, and I decide to use right now the backlash scroll. So I ask him, this is right now for clarification, spoiler, I used the backlash scroll and I said who casted it, and he pointed out his fire breather. I wasn't thinking of it. I was like, okay, that's the shaman that's going to take it, but in reality it should have been the guy who's with the man-eaters. But anyways, so he goes ahead and he rolls on the miscast with the backlash scroll, and he gets a 2. Alright, which is the best one. It's going to get a freaking huge template. The only problem is it's hitting my goblins as well as hitting him. Oh, man, I'm going to lose a shit ton of my goblins. And it's like strength 7 right now. So he goes ahead and he blows up one of his ogres. He takes out another wound on his guy here. He goes ahead and he kills a huge chunk of my goblins, right? But he goes ahead and he rolls, or I'm sorry, he used enough dice where he just sucked in his shaman into the warp. Oh, that's awesome. He totally sucked his shaman into the warp. Holy crap, that's fucking great. Wrong shaman, but okay, oh well. Let's live and learn. Alright, but he did take out like 9 or 10 of my guys, my goblins. That's just brutal. Cascading fire goes, kills off one more of my orcs. And shooting phase, he's gonna go ahead and shoot his cannon at my I think he tried to actually take a shot at my other Git launcher, and it fails to hit it at all. Over here, he's gonna go ahead and just destroy my. He just flips it over. They went up to the Git launcher and they just ripped off the poles while the goblin was like getting shot off, and he just like fell into one of them and they ate him because they just thought it was like chicken. And yeah, they just destroyed that guy over there. Over here, he's gonna go ahead and I think. Well, his impact hits does 2 wounds here, and then he's gonna go ahead and start swinging. He picks off my shaman specifically, kills him off. He starts just destroying the whole unit, and there's just no coming back from this. I did throw nets on him to lower the strength. It doesn't matter. They're like strength 6. They'll be strength 5. They're still wounding on 2s, and they just destroy my whole unit of cave goblins. Cave goblins didn't do shit, and he catches him, mows him down, and he's inside the forest right now, and that's about that. Over here, my general goes, and check this out. These are all his attacks. I whiffed 5 attacks. I only hit 2, and I end up killing off one guy with those 2. And he's gonna go ahead and swing. He doesn't do a single wound. He does have a rank and a banner. I think I still win combat though. Maybe I don't remember. I might have stuck there just on my own leadership, though. But regardless, my general's just chilling there, killing off Ogre tribesmen one at a time at the moment. Over here, I decide, screw it, I'm going to challenge now. So I challenge with my champ. He has to accept with his hunter. His hunter's going to kill my champ and do max... No, he doesn't do max wounds. He does 2 wounds only and kills off my champ, okay? But my A-Rock goes and does 4 wounds onto his giant, and then my goblins go, and my goblins, I believe, do the last wound onto my giant, or his giant, and, actually, he rolls a 2 on his chart, which is jump up and down or something like that, and he tries to wound my A-Rock, but my A-Rock lives, and I did a total of 4 wounds to him. He got a side flank and a charge, I got a side flank, I got BSB, a banner, and a rank. He's losing combat. He's gonna run, and I think the giant sticks, but the hunter runs and breaks and runs that way. And I go ahead and I reform my orcs to face. I think I tried to chase him. Maybe I thought I tried to chase him. I might have reformed. No, I think I tried to chase to kill him, because if I didn't, I just knew that he was going to get away. But he got away. I couldn't chase him. I'm stuck on this side of the A-Rock. He got away there. That sucks. And it's going to go ahead and look like this right now. It's going to start off Orcs and Goblins turn 3, I think this was. I'm taking the bait. I'm like, screw it. I'm going to lose a good chunk of my Gnashers, but the Gnashers don't care. I got to get rid of this fucking cannon. This cannon's pissing me off. So I charge. He flees. What an ass. He flees. He's hoping I don't catch him. But I do catch him. But he ends right there. And when he does that, it causes me to hit not one, but both the Mad Gits. Holy crap. And I lose 9 Gnashers. 9. Oh, shit. What an ass. Ah, that sucks. And I think I could have reformed since I caught him, but it didn't matter. I did reform my orcs to face his general's unit. I did rally my forest goblins. The forest goblins went. The bushwhackers went back into the forest. And right now, and then Longshot is going behind the lead belchers to kind of just pick at people. He got sick of the damn pig pig's pissing me off right now. Okay, and as you can see, his mountain beast and his pig are both coming towards, or not mountain beast, his rock orc is coming towards my war machines. I'm already giving up on my war machines. I'm like, there's not much they're gonna do right now. Most things are in combat. Right now, it's been going back and forth. Right now, I'm like, I'm not killing enough ogres in the general's fight. I couldn't even wound that fucking mountain beast hunter. We ended up calling the hunter the Juggernaut. Couldn't even wound the Juggernaut. He was freaking impervious to me. My orcs are pretty beat up. This is kind of getting a little bit kind of like sketchy here. His giant's still stuck in combat with the A-Rock, but the A-Rock could totally kick his ass. Magic Face got 5 power dice. I go ahead and I dispel the freaking cascading fire. I'm sick of that spell. So I dispel it. I throw up the Beast Within. He tries to dispel it. Doesn't get it off. I get it off on my Forest Goblins. My Forest Goblins getting all their attacks in. I go ahead and I get use the Wild Hunt and I move up my orcs this way, like a magical move, D3, whatever. I don't face off that giant rock orc. I figure he's going to go for my war machine, waste a turn, and turn. So I got a chance to get away from him. Over here, let's start off that shooting. That's 40 tomahawks, strength 4 with poison, going into those guys right in front of me. And sure enough, I'm going to go ahead and shoot, and I kill off 2 of his ogres. I'm like, great, that's awesome. He's only down to about 4 ogres left. That's great. This unit's dying. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot the Git launcher at these guys, and it only does 1 single wound onto 1 more guy. I go ahead and I decide I'm gonna shoot. I wanted to shoot the splatter at them, but I was like, the splatter could drift off anyway and possibly kill my own general on accident. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just try a Hail Mary. Hit this rock Auroch. I hit it, direct hit, a direct hit. All right, and I go ahead and I do the wounds, and I flatten it off 1 shot. And again, I didn't know ordnance meant not D6. I thought or D3 plus 1. So we rolled a D6. I mean, it went both ways. He did it to my giant. I did it to his rock Auroch. I killed his rock Auroch. Woo! 1 shot. Oh man, it causes his pig to run. His pig runs this way. Close combat, my A-Rock eats his giant. It's going to go ahead and reform. And then my general goes, and my general kills off 1 ogre. He goes ahead and attacks back, and he doesn't even wound my general. My general's still sitting in combat. He's losing his ranks. He hasn't turned off the turn of smoke yet. And it's going to start off turn 4 ogres. He's going to go ahead and charge his veteran mercenaries right into my Forest Goblins. He's going to charge his general's unit into my Forest Goblins. My Forest Goblins decide to stand and shoot on his general, and this is going to get ugly. So I go ahead and I shoot, and I end up killing off 2 more ogres with the stand and shoot. That is fucking awesome. These bushwhackers are killing them. Holy crap! But they got sandwiched. Oh my god, did they get sandwiched? Oh man, that hurts. His mountain beast hunter, the Juggernaut, he rallies, god damn it, and his pig runs off the table. Magic Face, he got 3 power dice. He's going to go ahead and throw up he throws up whatever spell he does, but he gets double 6s on it. Oh, it's the regen bubble, the 1 spell that should be gone. But anyways, he gets it off back onto the tribesman because he's been helping him live my onslaught from my general. Over here, the double 6s do 1 wound onto his butcher here, and it does cause a small miscast over here. It's going to go ahead and blow up a couple of my goblins. Kills off 2 of my goblins, my Forest Goblins. And then his lead belchers are shooting at my Gnashers. He ends up killing off 3 of my Gnashers with the lead belchers. And over here, close combat, impact hits, kills off 4 of my Forest Goblins. His general goes, kills off 4 of my Forest Goblins, or 3 of my Forest Goblins. His veteran mercenaries are going to kill off pretty much almost all of my Forest Goblins. My Forest Goblins go ahead and attack back. They do 1 single wound onto his ogres in front, and they wipe out the unit with stomps and great weapons. And they just destroy that unit. I was hoping 1 survived. 1, just so I could get the counter charge on my orcs and my Gnashers. If 1 survived, they would have been stubborn on that initiative, or 9 on my general, and they would have stuck there. But he killed every single one. He's going to go ahead and reform. Over here, my general goes ahead, and I think he kills... maybe one. I don't remember what happens here. Maybe I didn't wound any, he didn't wound any, but I stick there for another round. My general's just chilling there. He doesn't have anything to worry about. He does have to worry about that hunter coming in the rear, but I don't know. Maybe. But let's go ahead and start off Orcs and Goblins turn, whatever turn this is for. Do you see what I see? I see it. Chickenhead has a rear charge. Woo! With the multiple wounder. My Orcs have a front charge into his general's unit. So I'm like, you know what? Screw this. Let's do it. I'm going to go ahead and charge the Gnashers and Chickenhead into the veterans over there. I'm charging the A-Rock and the Orcs into his general unit. And yeah, this is all going down, guys. Bam! Check that out right there. That would have been a beautiful time to call out the Wog. Now, unfortunately, his veterans are not touching my Orcs. He thought they were, but they're not. So we kind of confused the combat on that because it looks like it's just one big clusterfuck of a fight, but it's not. Longshot just keeps moving this way. He's not doing shit this game. He just moves into the woods, tippy toes inside, and just deals with whatever. Magic Phase got 8 power dice. I go ahead and I throw up Monstrous Transformation. Turn my Shaman into a Manticore. And I do it because it has the multiple wounds and the lethal strike. I go ahead and I throw up Inner Rage and I fail it. I got a 3 out of a 4. Are you kidding me? That's horrible. I go ahead and I throw up the Beast Within onto my Gnashers. He dispels that one. And then Shooting Phase, I'm shooting my freaking Gate Launcher right at this guy. Screw this guy. And it hits him direct hit. And it does 2 wounds. Whew. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and shoot my my Splatterer. Misfires. Go ahead and I shoot Longshot. Longshot fails to wound. Come on, man. Longshot this is not his game. This is just not his game. He's better at chaff. These guys aren't chaff. Go for my general. My general ends up killing off, I think, only does 1 wound onto his ogres. He's regenning a shit ton, might I add. Alright, he goes ahead and he swings, and he finally does a single wound. A single wound to my general. Ah, damn it. I failed combat, but I still stick there for a round. Over here, his general kills off 4 of my Orcs. My A-Rock goes and does, or actually, I think we jump around here. Yeah, Chickenhead goes. Chickenhead goes, does 1 wound onto, or 2 wounds onto his veterans. The Gnashers go. The Gnashers eat all the veterans except for 1. He still has a Shaman in there. He still has the 1 veteran. He's going backwards. He ends up doing 1 wound onto the Gnashers. Gnashers are going to win that combat alone. He sticks there because he's stubborn. And he has bodyguard, and the Shaman is in that unit. I should have killed the Shaman. I really should have killed the Shaman. As for over here, my Orcs, or my A-Rock kills, I think my A-Rock tried to kill his general, and he saved all the wounds. But my Orcs kill off the 2 guys. My Shaman, with the Monstrous Transformation and the Manticore, end up doing 2 wounds onto his general, and his general killed like 5 of these guys. I forgot who killed 5 of these guys. Somebody killed 5 of these guys. Maybe he swung twice with his general. I don't remember. Oh, it was impact hits before. Never mind. But general kills off 5 of my guys. My guys go and they end up killing off his general. And we call it right there. He's like, that's it. Because in the next turn, my Gnashers are going to eat his veterans. He has a hunter left. And he has the tribesman against my general. And it's a massive Orcs and Goblins victory. Way to go, guys. There's a couple guys on here that deserve the MVP award. I got the A-Rock for fighting off that giant, which caused me to win combat res and help out the Orcs from actually losing against that one single juggernaut. My general held up a whole unit and killed his BSB, which the BSB, him losing the BSB kind of hurt him. But the general did not kill fast enough, or else he would have probably got that whole unit and won the MVP by far. The Gnashers ate a whole unit of Mornfangs with the help of Chickenhead, and they hit the whole unit of veteran mercenaries. Not the whole unit, but they killed off a good chunk of the veteran mercenaries, which and they ate the cannon too, which the Gnashers are pretty close to one of the top units that I had right now in this whole game. My Splatterer killed off his rock Auroch, which protected both war machines and allowed them to keep shooting. The one unit I was most impressed with was the Bushwhackers, and they're getting my MVP award, even though the Gnashers probably should have got it. But the Bushwhackers just picked away his Iron Guts the whole game. First move, picked off a couple of the Man-Eaters. Second move, fleed out of there, chaffed up both his units. Third move, comes back over, goes back in that forest, and just shoots a shit ton of shots and just wiped out that unit before they got into combat. If he would have had more ogres in that last combat, he probably would have wiped out my orcs, a good chunk of my orcs. But he didn't. And I mean, if you look right now in this picture, I'll pull it up again, but this picture over here, there was nobody left. I killed every single man in that whole unit, and that's because the Bushwhackers weakened them up, and they were just picking at them. I really think that they did a great job. Chickenhead did mediocre. The A-Rock really didn't do as much as he normally does. And the General didn't do shit, really. He killed the BSB, which was really important, actually. But that was it. And he held up that whole unit in combat. He didn't allow that unit to come in and countercharge against my A-Rock or my Orcs, which is great. I think really one of the best things in this whole game was positioning, having units protect each other. Like when my General flew in, the Goblins blocked off a wall for him so that he couldn't charge my General. The A-Rock was really there to help protect the Orcs, even though he didn't get a chance to counter or kill off that Hunter. And then the war machines kind of took care of each other. The one side got messed up by the veteran mercenaries, but that's bound to happen. And my giant and my dragon rammer didn't get a chance to get into combat. The Gnashers and Chickenhead just raped the right side. They raped the right side. The Gnashers, I'm honestly giving them a secondary MVP award, but I really think both the Gnashers and the Bushwhackers, if it wasn't for both of those units, this game would have went totally different, and he would have probably wiped the floor with me. So those two guys are both getting my MVP awards. Anyways, guys, this was a very fun game. This is a very long video. Holy shit. But like I said, I don't have another video this week, or another battle report this week, just because I didn't get a game in. So you're gonna have to wait till next week. I was on the YouTube video with Once Bitten, the hangout for the Content Team Challenge, and right before we went live, he was inviting me out to go to Brawler's Bash, and I actually might go. I was looking at it. I was coming up with the numbers and figuring out if I could afford to go, because it's a bit of a trek down the USA from Chicago to North Carolina. But I actually might go. I was talking about it with my brother. He might go as well. Even if he doesn't, I'm still probably going to go out there. I am going to hit up Ocon as well. I might as well just go out and play some games. Play some games against people I'm not used to playing against, and see what they bring. So that's all coming up. But in February, you guys still have a chance to sign up right now. Do it right now. It's the Gauntlet, ran by me at the Dice Dojo. $20 entry, guys. Get 3 games in, 3,000 points. Bring whatever the hell you want to bring. All right. There's going to be paint judging. There's going to be a bunch of awards and plaques given out, and the first place is getting a medieval gauntlet. Come on. What other tournament is giving you a medieval gauntlet? I got them sitting at home right now. 2 gauntlets to whoever wins best paint and whoever wins best general. All right. So if you guys haven't, and if you're in the Midwest, $20, come out to the gauntlet. It'll be fun. BYOB. You're going to have a great time, I promise you. All right, guys. Anyways, that's February 6th. March, I'm heading out to Ocon and Brawler's Bash, and April is Adepticon. I got a lot of games coming up soon. I'm going to do a shit ton of practice games before each tournament, so that way you guys get more videos. And before I hit the 50-minute mark, I'm going to say hit like and subscribe. Take care. Peace. Share my videos, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Later.